would like to welcome everyone to Fight Week, powered by Monster Products, and our final press conference for Andre Ward versus Sergey Kovalev 2, the rematch. Back in November, the two best pound-for-pound fighters in the world tested each other like they had never been tested in their careers. On that night, Andre Ward faced a defining moment and countered with an epic comeback victory over Sergey Kovalev to become the new unified light heavyweight world champion. Over the last 3 months, everything that needs to be said about this fight has been said. We don't need to build hype any longer. The table has been set for what we believe will be the fight of the year, not a money-grabbing spectacle that will take place later this summer here in Las Vegas. We have two fighters with different styles who approach the sport differently and clearly handle themselves differently outside of the ring. There is no hiding the truth and fact that there is dislike throughout these camps, or that Sergey has made some outlandish comments time and time again. My daughter, who attended the Grand Arrivals earlier this week, asked me the other night, "Daddy, why was he pointing at you?" I reminded her that bullies always tend to pick on those a little bit, just a little bit smaller. But I told her that's okay, because Andre will take care of business on Saturday night. For Team Ward's perspective, once the fight is over on Saturday night, there will be no doubt. There will be no excuses. There will be no debated ending. Saturday, June 17th, will be an opportunity for Andre to solidify his status as the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world. We're excited to be here in Las Vegas, the biggest stage in boxing, live at the Mandalay Bay Event Center and on HBO pay-per-view. Rock Nation is proud to be the lead promoter of this global event, presented by Corona Extra. The 12-round mega fight for the WBO, IBF, WBA Light Heavyweight World Championship will be produced and distributed live by HBO's pay-per-view beginning at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific. And tickets are still available on AXS.com, AXS.com, at the Mandalay Bay Event Center box office. We're also proud to present a stable of exciting televised and undercard matchups on Saturday night as well. Right before our main event, we have reigning WBA World Super Bantamweight Champion and one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, Guillermo El Chaka Rigondeaux, against WBA interim title holder Moises Chucky Flores in a long-awaited mandatory 12-round WBA title defense that will tarnish one fighter's perfect record. Prior to that battle, we will see light heavyweight matchup between Dimitri Bivol and Cedric L.O.W. Agnew. And leading off the HBO pay-per-view lineup will be USBA middleweight champion Luis Cuba Arias and prime contender Arif the Predator Magomedov for a title defense. I would also like to spotlight the additional Rock Nation sports boxers joining the lineup on Saturday night, including John Bauza, Junior Union, and Tremaine Williams. We are looking forward to all of your matchups on boxing's biggest stage. MGM and HBO are synonymous with the best boxing events, and Rock Nation is honored to be working in partnership with them for yet another historic fight. This event would not have been possible without the support of Richard Sturm and Sid Greenfeig, of MGM and HBO's Peter Nelson and Tony Walker. I'd like to take this opportunity to specifically thank all of them. Thank you to the Nevada Athletic Commission, which have been a great help to everyone on this promotion. And a special thank you to their executive director, Bob Bennett. We love being here in Las Vegas. I'd also like to thank our chairman, Jay-Z, and president of Rock Nation Sports, Juan Perez, for their support of this sure-to-be epic event. We set a goal to do big fights, and this is the second big fight we've accomplished in the last 7 months. Also, I would like to welcome Charlie Bell, our Rock Nation Vice President, as well as Rudy Gay, who are both here today. Additionally, a big thank you to our presenting partner, Corona Extra, as well as JetLux, Life 10 Electrolyte Water, Zappos, Douce Cognac, Bodybuilding.com, and Monster Products. I would like to welcome the founder and CEO of Life 10, Lester Ziegler, and head monster of Monster Products, Noel Lee, who are both here in attendance today. Thank you to the members of the media who have worked with us throughout this promotion to carry our narrative to the fans. You are very, very much appreciated. And a special thank you to the entire boxing community. This past week, as everybody is aware, one of our fighters, Daniel Franco, suffered a devastating head injury. We ask that you continue to extend your thoughts and prayers to Daniel and his family during this very difficult time. And last but certainly not least, a thank you to Team Ward. Andre, James Prince, Josh Dubin, Virgil Hunter, and most importantly, Andre's wife, Tiffany Ward. Not only for once again putting your unblemished championship record on the line under the bright lights of the Sin City, but for being incredible partners throughout this process and the best ambassadors the sport of boxing could ever ask for. Andre, you have been absolutely tremendous in the preparation and promotion of this fight. Thank you. Now, I'd like to invite Main Event's owner and CEO, Kathy Duva, to the microphone for her opening remarks.
Thank you, of course, to HBO, the #1 network in boxing. I don't care what anybody says. It's going to be for forever. Peter Nelson, Tony Walker, Jonathan Gall, Ray Stallone, and all of the other amazing people, talented artists that work with you. Whenever you're involved in an event, it is always a classier event, a step above, and working with you is always a joy. I also want to thank, speaking of joy, the great staff here at Mandalay Bay, Richard Sturm, Scott Gertner, and all the incredible people that get everything done here. And of course, thank our sponsors. I don't know, there's too many people left in the room to thank anyway, so we're not going to go through all of them, but I want to talk about the fight. And at this point, I would like to thank, before that, I'd like to thank the media. I always do, whether I say it or here up on the lectern or whether I tell you in person, because without you, we don't have a sport, and certainly wouldn't have a big event this weekend. And I do appreciate the fact that you spend your time and effort, most, if not all of you, for very little or no reward at all when you cover our events. But it seems strange to me that the question I've heard most often this week since I've arrived from the media is, why isn't this not a bigger event? Well, this is a big event. This is the best, fighting the best, literally, #1 and #2 in the world, fighting a rematch of a controversial fight, the most controversial fight of last year, both in their primes, both just 7 months away from their first encounter. They are two of the finest athletes in the world, two grandmasters in the ring, testing their skills and their intellects in a fight that is what the media and the fans always say they want. Well, this is what we have brought you. We've brought you what you want. So today you can decide, when you carry our message out to the rest of the world, whether you want to tell your readers, your listeners, and your viewers that this is an amazing event that is well worth their time and their money, or if you want to spend more time talking about a lot of manufactured drama outside this ring, or about that circus that's going to take place here in August. All of the elements are here. HBO, Mandalay Bay, our great cable and satellite partners, two of the great elite fighters in our sport, in their prime. A great event where absolutely anything can happen. And now it's up to you, and I implore all of you to please go out and tell our story. Tell our story to the fans who will all, I promise you, be kicking themselves on Sunday morning if they miss this. It's a great event. Tickets are available. Pay-per-view, satellite, cable, you know the drill. I hope that these two gentlemen get the attention and the acclaim they deserve for engaging in this fight the way they are going to. I don't know why you think the best will fight the best, ever, if when it happens you don't go out and tell our story the way it needs to be told. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. Now joining us on behalf of HBO is Vice President of HBO Pay-Per-View, Tony Walker.
Thanks, Michael, and thank all of you for coming today, and let's talk some boxing. On behalf of our Executive Vice President, Peter Nelson, and the rest of the HBO staff, we really appreciate the efforts of you supporting boxing and supporting this great event on Saturday. I would like to thank the press for the attention you've given this show, and especially thank your editors for recognizing the significance of a top-flight boxing event. Must thank the promoters. It is never easy to put together a top-flight boxing match, an event with a main event like we have, and an entertaining undercard for the fans. So thanks to Michael, Kathy, and their staffs for doing such a great job. Also like to thank our friends at Mandalay Bay, Mr. Stern. We love coming here, and I think all of you do too. It's a great place to do a broadcast. We are extremely proud to present this as a pay-per-view show because this is boxing at its highest level. These are two veteran fighters at the top of their game who have had great international acclaim and success. And when you get around these fighters, you see the confidence that they exude. And they have a lot to fight for on Saturday night. They put their careers on the line. I've also heard that there's a bit of a rivalry between the two on a personal level. So it all adds up to a great night of sports television, something that we think is worth the boxing fans to put their money and their time to. If you find anyone who doesn't think this is a great show, I would direct them to either watch a replay of the first fight or watch the 24/7 documentary that we did about this show. And I must say that the first 2 minutes of 24/7 is gripping television. You can watch either show at HBO.com, HBO On Demand, or just go to our HBO YouTube boxing channel. And lastly, I want to thank our distributors. As Kathy said, the cable, satellite, telephone companies who have done a good job of telling people about this event on Saturday. We promise you, in conjunction with them, a great broadcast, very clear picture, and an entertaining night of TV. The suggested retail price is $54.95. So thanks for coming, and we will see you on Saturday night.
Thank you, Tony. Next, I'm honored to introduce a good friend and a partner, the President of Entertainment and Sports for MGM Resorts International, Mr. Richard Stern.
Thank you, Michael. Appreciate that. Good afternoon, and welcome to all the media, fighters, and our colleagues at RockNation, Main Events, the HBO team, and fight fans worldwide. We are excited to have you joined us at Mandalay Bay for today's press conference and are thrilled to kick off the summer boxing campaign with this international championship rematch. As many of you have witnessed firsthand, over the years, the Mandalay Bay Event Center has been the home to many, many exciting boxing events, and this weekend will be no different. These two great champions, Andre Ward and Sergey Kovalev, fought a little more than 6 months ago at the T-Mobile Arena. As we all know, that battle was a close, thrilling fight, and this second one will prove to be another sensational fight. We'd like to give a special thanks to Michael Yormark and the RockNation sports staff, Kathy Duva and the Main Events team, both fight camps, Tony Walker with HBO Sports, and Bob Bennett of the Nevada State Athletic Commission. Once again, thanks for being here. We look forward to seeing you Saturday night for this great event. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Richard. And finally, before we hear from Main Event and Team Kovalov, I would like to introduce Nevada Athletic Commission's Executive Director, Mr. Bob Bennett.
Thank you, Michael, and a very good afternoon to everybody. I'm obviously a regulator, and obviously I'm in the middle here, and that's exactly where I'm supposed to be. So I would like you to know on behalf of the Nevada State Athletic Commission, we consider it an honor to regulate this championship fight once again. And we do so with passion, commitment, and accountability. That's what we're all about. We would like to thank Michael Yormark from RockNation, Kathy Duva from Main Events for hosting this championship fight in the fight capital of the world. Of course, we want to recognize Richard Sturm and the MGM, more specifically Mandalay Bay, for hosting another world-class event. And last but not least, I always try to make it a point to recognize the fighters. These two fighters are truly warriors who dare to succeed under some of the most stressful conditions that they're under. They dare to put their reputations on the line under some of the most stressful conditions, and that was very evident in the first fight. As Richard said, it was a very competitive fight, and we look forward to regulating the second fight. With that being said, thank you very much, and God bless.
Thanks, Bob. Kathy, the floor is now yours to introduce your team.
Thank you. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Bob. And, you know, it is true, Bob is in the middle, but without the regulators, again, we depend on them, and we appreciate the work they do. We know their job isn't easy. And I particularly want to take this opportunity to recognize one of those people behind the scenes who don't always get all the attention, but Colleen Patchen, who is celebrating her 30-year anniversary here with the commission, and anybody knows Colleen or has worked with the commission, without people like her, none of us would be here. So I want to take an opportunity to thank another one of the many amazing women who work in this sport and people don't know about. And that's in addition to my, that's in addition to the amazing women on my spectacular staff. All of you are gems and precious and amazing, and you make my life and my job so much easier. So thank you. And before I introduce the team, I also want to mention you guys should come early and watch the undercard before we get to TV, because it's really good. And on the main event side of that, we have Enrico Gogatha, Bakram Murtzaliev, and Vaughn Alexander. Some of you may know his brother, Devin. They're all undefeated. They're all going to be performing earlier in the show. And now, moving on, I am privileged and honored to introduce someone who also doesn't have an easy job, but he does it, and he does it with grace and I believe integrity. And his name is John David Jackson. I'm going to bring him up here to talk to you about Sergey Kovalev and his preparations for this fight.
Thank you, Kathy, very much. It's a pleasure to be here. It's nice to see all the press that came out for this fight. This is a very good fight. First time around, it was a good fight. Very controversial ending. So the second fight should be very interesting. Very true combatants, two of the best fighters in the world today. Like it's a pleasure to be a part of this event, and I definitely look forward to it. I have to say, you know, past few weeks, past maybe month or so, there's been a lot of things that have been said. I call that gamesmanship. You know, you have to give Washington the credit for that. They have to trade inside people's heads to maybe offset the training camp and the fighters' ability to fight through that and perform the best they can. And I give them credit for what they did because there's been a lot of lies and a lot of things that have been said. And the one thing that's done for us is allow Team Kovalev to be closer. We've grown closer. He's listening more. He was doing what we're supposed to do for this fight, and it's given us a great adhesiveness now. Where the team's even stronger. So I want to thank them for the things that were said. And there's gonna be a lot of untruths that will be told or maybe said a little later on during this press conference. But I have proof. Of all that is my lies. Trust me, it's in my phone. There's a lot of lies that may be told. But having said that, I think this is a very good fight that boxing needs. Two of the best at their craft, and you know, want to come out the winner, and that's how it's supposed to be. But it's an intriguing fight for the fans, and it was made and deserves to be seen. And I just want everybody to come and enjoy it, and I just hope it's one tremendous fight, and hopefully fight of the year, because both these guys are tremendous fighters, and this is what boxing needs. Two of the best going against one another, and we look forward to it. You know, camp is great, and now it's just time to go to work. And Saturday, I want to see everybody there, and I hope you have a great fight.
Before I bring up Sergey's manager, I would like to acknowledge another member of Team Kovalev who doesn't get quite the attention, but he is one of the great men of boxing, and that is Don Turner, who is here with us today. He's in that corner. His steady presence, his wisdom, and his handiwork in the corner, which we hope he won't have to do. Is always appreciated, and you know, John's the reason that Sergey Kovalev and main events came together. He started the ball rolling, so John, as always, you know I love you. And now I'm going to bring up, according to all of you, the 2016 Manager of the Year, rightfully so. Man, we earned that distinction by taking the boxing world by storm in the last 5 years. I think he's going to get a lot more of those Manager of the Year accolades as we move on. And, again, it is one of the happiest days of my life was when Don Turner made sure I met Angus Clemus, so thank you. Angus.
Good afternoon, everybody. Happy to be here in Vegas, not because of the nice hotels and the hot weather, just happy to get that thing over. And it's very close. We have 2 more days to go, basically, and everything is going to put in the place where it belongs to be. We've been talking a lot, and everybody's getting tired, especially kind of like looking what is done, and then managers and coming to the stages and saying what their fighter going to do in the ring and how they're going to kill or knock out, and you know how they're going to take care of the business. But in the end of the day, we're sitting downstairs. We're not in the ring. The fighters, who is fighting, they have to prove to each other. So I just wanted to thank everybody. I wanted to thank press. I wanted to thank HOTUS, Mandalay Bay, HBO pay-per-view, Nevada Commission having us here. Hopefully it's going to be a very good fight, and we will see you Saturday night. Thank you very much.
Somebody reminded me this morning that that when was the last time we saw Sergey Kovalev as the challenger? And the answer to that question is it was when he was fighting in Wales against Nathan Cleverly. That Sergey was the crusher. That's the guy who got that nickname. That's the guy who I see is here back again today. I'm very happy about that. And so I have a feeling, you know, he's had it with the talking. We've all had it with the talking, to be honest. But he is here, and he is ready, and he is going to get his belt back. And I give to you the former light heavyweight champion of the world and the future light heavyweight champion of the world, Sergey Kovalev.
Hi everyone. First of all, I want to say thank you for Mandalay Bay and Richard Storm, also Nevada Commission, HBO pay-per-view, and to my team for everything what I have right now. What do you want to hear from me? I already said enough, and I will prove it June 17th into the ring. And you get prepared. Thank you very much, sir.
Turn my mic on. You ain't gonna do that. Don't point your finger at me.
Yeah.
Straight like that. Yeah. Straight like that.
That's a classy move. It's a classy move.
Keep it moving.
Let's hope he shows up on Saturday night. Before I introduce Team Ward, I want to thank a few people from Rock Nation, Dino Duva, Josh Roy, the entire team at Rock Nation for all of your work over the last 8 weeks, as well as all the things that you've done this week here in Las Vegas. This promotion would not be what it is without you, so thank you so much. And now, first up from Team Ward, Andre's manager, James Prince.
Yeah. Let me like to thank God for this opportunity. HBO, our promoter, Jay-Z, Warren and Rock Nation. We appreciate all that they have done and leading that mission has been Michael Yomar, and you can see how smooth he looked. And this is all the time, so this is what we represent. We smooth like this. So we like to thank all of them. We thank Team Duva. It's great, City Las Vegas. Mr. Richard. I call him Mr. Stearns, they call me Richard. And the Mandalay Bay. We appreciate all of you. This has been a long journey for us, and as you can see, we run people off. we run them off. And I don't know what belts they're talking about getting. I guess somebody gonna buy him a Gucci belt or something. But, you know, he won't be receiving these belts. Kathy, I hadn't heard your voice sound so nervous, but I understand you have it all on the line right now. And that's okay. That's okay. Because, you know, everybody wanna, I understand, you got it coming. But I understand also that you all wanna be victims on this promotion. And y'all volunteers. Y'all no victims. You know, Kovalev, my brother Jackson, you know, accused us of lying. And we don't do that. We don't practice that. You know, it's just a fact. And he couldn't have said it more clearly than in the interview with Radio Raheem. What a beautiful interview, Brother Raheem. I mean, it came out of his mouth. You know, I made him an offer, and he went a little further. If they would have accepted my offer, I may not be here. And I ain't putting words in his mouth. That's what the man said. So I'll let that rest. Crusher has ran off, his manager has ran off, everybody has ran off, left the scene. You know, I don't know if it's just how they behave in Russia, but we don't act that way in the United States of America. You know, that's not American life. But we understand they're not gonna show up for the post press conference as well, because it's gonna be the same story, we're gonna defeat them. So I don't have a whole lot to say at this point, you know, other than it's some beautiful undercard fighters gonna be on the show as well. Sugar Boy, stand up, Sugar Boy. Look how smooth Sugar Boy is. You know, we gonna be fighting. We have Jermaine, the midget. Is the midget in the house? The midget is gonna be here. So, you know, this is our night. This is a Rock Nation night, an Andre Ward night, and we shall be victorious and shine. Thank you. One more thing. Y'all deliver this message to the Crusher, because he ain't no Crusher. He ain't no Crusher. I think we should rename him to Usher. Get rid of the KR, Usher. We want to make him praise our God.
Thank you, James, and thank you for that new nickname, Smooth. I love it. Now, also joining us from Andre's management team is his attorney and co-manager, Josh Dubin.
That's the only way I can follow that act is to put Brian Jennings' chain on. Elite class. I'm ready to do it. But seriously, I'll leave it alone also, but no one's gonna call us liars, so if anyone wants to ask any questions about that whole situation, go ahead and ask me a question. You call someone up and make an offer, and yes, call us up and make an offer, and then turn around and call us liars. All I did was answer a question when I was asked. So we'll leave that where it is. I want to thank a few people first. Bob Bennett. I think if there were more executive directors of athletic commissions around the country like him, the sport would be in a much better place. Thank you to Mr. Bennett, the Nevada State Athletic Commission. I was having a conversation with my brother James Prince about what role we play in the lives of the fighters that we represent. And we had a conversation about breaking the cycle. And, you know, in this room are some old friends of mine and guys that I was blessed to be part of their lives and careers. Paulie Malignaggi, Brian Jennings is here, Junior Union, Sugar Boy, and of course, my friend and brother, Andre Ward. And you know, the guys that we represent are from hard scrabble backgrounds. They're not privileged guys. And they literally have to fight to get what they get. And to be able to just be along on the journey to help them break the cycle, whether it be of poverty, violence, the conditions that they grow up in, is a source of tremendous pride for me individually, and really why I do it. And I think that, you know, even going back to Lennox Lewis, you know, they let us in. And then we have a very important job to play. And for all of the managers out there, know that behind the scenes, we are there through the struggles, through the tears, through the injuries, through the paralyzing politics of this sport. And it is a grind sometimes. And these guys deserve all the credit in the world for getting in the ring and literally risking their lives. And I think that gets lost in the shuffle of trash talk and everything else, but this beautiful sport has helped so many people break the cycle. And, you know, Mike Tyson said it perfectly once, and go from statistics to specialists. And my brother, I'm thankful every day that you're in my life and have blessed me and my family with your friendship and allowed me to help break the cycle with you. I want to thank James Prince for allowing me into his world to help him, help others break the cycle. I want to thank Dino Duva for his tremendous support always, Michael Yormark, Richard Sturm and the MGM, HBO pay-per-view, and importantly, Rock Nation, Jay-Z, Juan, Desiree, just tremendous all the way around. Don't get all the credit they deserve. Finally, I want to, even though it embarrasses him, give a personal thanks to Virgil Hunter, who has come into my life and enriched me with knowledge and perspective, and for really giving me a different way to look at the world. So I appreciate that. Thank you all, and look forward to seeing you on Saturday night.
Say everybody by name, but of course, HBO, Mandalay Bay, Mr. Sturm, Peter Nelson, Team Duva, Team Kovalev, everybody who was involved in this to make it possible, the media, whether you're with us or not with us, we appreciate that too. And one thing I can concur on is what Kathy said, why wasn't there so much interest? You know, if you go to the websites, you see them talking about fights 3 and 4 months from now, and we understand, but the best fighters in this year, and probably like she said, number 1 and 2 in the world, are fighting 2 days from now. Why it's like it is, I don't know. I'm sure it might have something to do with Andre Ward and how he stands up for himself as a man, you know. But we'll leave that alone. On a sad note, I am sad that John David took it to where it shouldn't have gone. You know, my grandmother taught me something a long time ago. She says the truth has feet and a lie has wings. That's why a lie can fly all over town and get there first. The truth moves slowly, but when it gets there, it'll stand on its own. So it's very disappointing to know what I know, and then it turns out to be the way it is. But we're gonna leave it alone because I'm not here to mess with his livelihood. And I said that from the very beginning. You know, if you can't help, don't hinder. So I thank everybody for coming. Looking forward to another very highly competitive fight. A fight that means a lot to both men, and when it means a lot to both men, you can't help but have the fight. We took everything that Sergey said personal, in the respect that we took him for his word. If he wants to injure him in his career, hurt him, we took that at his word and we just put our heads to the ground. Where you go? So we can kind of understand now what's really going on. Okay, but I'm glad he's mad too, okay? So hopefully we can put a happy smile on everybody's face after the 17th. Thank you.
Thank you, Virgil. And now the moment you've all been waiting for. This man needs absolutely no introduction. He's the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world. He is the unified light heavyweight world champion, Andre S.O.G. Ward.
Thank you, everybody. Before I start, I just want to send my prayers out, my thoughts to Daniel Franco and his family. You know, it really broke my heart when I heard this. And on top of that, you know, he's a stablemate of mine. He's fought on several of my undercards, and you know, it's the worst situation, you know, that you can find. This is the worst situation a fighter could find himself in. So I just want to let his family know I'm praying for him. I would love to speak to him at some point in time, and I'm dedicating this victory to him and his family because he's a brother in this sport. And again, it's a tough situation, but we're praying that I believe he's going to pull through. I'm excited to be here. I'm the same guy I was last time. The guy I was 5 fights before, 2 years before. Like, we don't have a lot of highs and lows in this camp. You know, we've been grinding from the beginning. Whether you get just due or not, whether you get attention or not, we got a blue collar mentality. We put our head down. We don't take no mess. But, you know, we fight to stay humble, you know, because we understand where our strength comes from. And if that strength is removed, we got problems. So it's no different in this fight. I'm no higher than I was last time emotionally. I'm no lower. I didn't train no harder. There was no major overhaul. We're going to make adjustments. We know him and his side are going to make adjustments. And at the end of the day, man, I'm not going to be distracted by the talk. I'm not going to be distracted by the ploys. I got a couple missions in mind when I came to Las Vegas. To glorify God with my performance and the way I act outside that ring, to defend my belts, the belts that I won back in November, and to get home and kiss my wife and kids. That's it. Won't be distracted. I'm locked in on what I gotta do. I hope everybody tunes in to pay-per-view. And those that are reading this, if you hear, come to the fight. It's gonna be a tremendous fight. I'm expecting his best, but you're gonna see a different Andre Ward. I'm gonna just leave it at that. You're gonna see another guy in there Saturday night. And that's my favorite time, the show and tell time. All the talking is good, it's good for the fans, it's good to build it up, it's all good. But anybody that knows me knows I'm about the action. I'm about getting it done. And I don't have to announce when I'm on my way. I just like to show up and get it done. So I want to end it with just saying, man, I'm thankful, man, to be in this position. You know, I've been in this position for over a decade. I'm going on 13 years in December, and I'm blessed, man, to be able to do what I've been doing at the highest level for as long as I have. A lot of fighters don't always last 8, 10, 15 years, so I'm thankful, man, and I'm blessed. I'm excited to see some of these young fighters on this undercard. I'm excited, man. There's a lot of guys that I know, grew up watching. I mean, guys that I've watched develop as my career was developing. This is y'all time to shine, man. This is your moment. So do what you got to do, lock in, get focused, and when the lights turn on, man, ain't time to shrink back, it's time to shine. And my boy Rigondown, man, I'm always happy to be on the card with him, man. That's a master, man. That's a master. Nothing but respect to Rigondown. And the fact that they don't understand you, my brother, that's not your fault. The fact that you don't get the respect you deserve, that's not your fault. That's got more to do with them and less to do with you. So I'm watching your videos. So respect. And I appreciate it. It's an honor to be on the card with you. Thank you. I'll see you Saturday night. And I always blow my thank yous. I apologize. Everybody that's associated with this great event, everybody. The media, the sponsors, the Nevada State Athletic Commission. That was my first time fighting for that commission, my last fight, and just the way they go about things, the precision they have, is no nonsense, man, and I appreciate that from the commission. If I didn't say HBO, just all the great fans. It really don't matter if you're for us, against us, tune in, be a part of it. Thank you, man, we appreciate it.
One thing that I neglected too, you know, on behalf of Team Ward, we are going to be making a contribution to Daniel Franco's family. I would encourage you all. He has a GoFundMe page. If you could spare anything at all, or tell someone that can, you know, we're a fraternity in boxing, and we need to, you know, support his family in this you know, really difficult time, and we're all praying for him. But it's, if you just Google Daniel Franco GoFundMe, you'll find the GoFundMe page, and you know that is a real that's the way we show them love, you know, at this difficult time. So if you can spare it or know someone that can, please do it. Thanks.
Who we gonna do the face off with? How we gonna do this?
Hey, no, not me. Oh, man. That's a great question, though. Unfortunately, there's no opponent right now, and I'm just wondering whether or not there's going to be a fight on Saturday night. Kathy, even though your fighter's not here, do you have any final comments? You do? Come on up here, please.
I want to thank Team Ward, and that's the group I really did forget to thank for working so hard to get Sergey angry. It's not going to work out the way you hope. In fact, I see you have these dandy little towels here with all the sponsors on them. And I just wanted to know, Verge, is this what you're going to throw into the ring in the middle of the fight? I was asking if this is what you're going to throw into the ring at some point on Saturday.
If necessary.
Okay. So you got it. Screw you. You can use this. Pop, use this.
I'll always use a fight.
Of course. I know you will. I respect you for that.
I'll always say.
I know you will.
Okay. But, you know, the procedures that we need to go through, they're not happening right now. So you can defend yourself about anger all you want to. The man is twisted, really.
You know what?
He's
You
twisted.
know what?
Okay.
I'm not going to deny that.
No, he's twisted.
He's a little twisted.
That was cleverly, he beat anger. That was Pascal. Guys, we couldn't even step in the ring. You never beat 100. We like it.
You know, I have to also point out that now the Gossip Girls are done with talking about all their outside the ring stuff. Again, that stuff isn't necessary here, and I think it's kind of sad that Ward's team doesn't have enough faith in him that they have to go to these lengths to try to twist Sergey's head. I think, Sergey will be there, I promise, on Saturday, and he will be angry, and he will be spectacular, and we are going to have fireworks, so please don't miss it.
I think Sergey just threw in the towel just now. Okay? That's what I think just happened, since he's no longer here. Okay? Thank you, Life 10, for that wonderful towel, by the way. One of my friends from Life 10. Thank you so much.
And one more thing to the media, all you guys who glorified and gave him this moniker and gave him this special pass. He just showed you what he really thinks about you. And to not give you the opportunity to snap a face-off photo or to get the comments and things like that is really an insult. So it's like the little kid playing ball on the street, and when he's got the bat and the ball, but he can't play, so when he strikes out, he want to take his stuff and go home. So it's really an insult that he's been built up, allowed all these things to take place in his career from HBO and everybody else, but he walks out on what's always been traditional, and that's unfortunate.
Let me close now. Okay, let me close now. I want to thank everybody from the media for coming tonight, this afternoon. This is going to be a great fight. If you need tickets, tickets are still available. If you're watching on TV, HBO pay-per-view, a great value. We look forward to seeing you on Saturday night. Thank you. We'll do the face-off with one fighter since the other one seems to have thrown in the towel. I hope he shows up for the weigh-in.